Hey crew, it's Ben, and we're back with another reaction video. Today we have got something that everybody, I'm sure, is familiar with. It's not everybody, but it's most people. Uh, this man is one of the two that inspired me to get back into my YouTube channel. Inspired me to get the reactions going from watching so many reactions to his videos. NF and Tom McDonald got me back into this. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in front of you. NF in particular helped me with the cognet stuff and trying to power through that and develop the app to help people to understand themselves. And it was him being honest about his struggles with mental illness that helped me to do that. So while I have seen and listened to most of NF's music, I have seen and listened to most of the reactors to NF's music. I still want to cover it even though it is not a first time ever reaction. Most of the music I do is a first time ever reaction, but with Tom and NF, the message is so important that I have to hit them anyway. So with that being said, and I wanted to be clear from the start that this is not a first time, we're going to dive into Mansion and we're gonna dig in. So let's go.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion.
That intro is awesome. Yeah, every time, like she's painting the picture so that you know that he's dealing with the interior of his mind in this song. He's fighting his demons. He's fighting the things that are holding him back inside his own mind. And that's what the mansion is. And she paints that picture so well.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls, covered in lyrics, they're all over the place. The songs in the mirrors, written all over the floors, all over the chairs. And you get the uncut version of life when I go downstairs. That's where I write when I'm in a bad place and need to release, and let out the version of NF you don't want to see. I put holes in the walls with both of my fists till they bleed. And you might get a glimpse of how I cope with all this anger in me.
See, this is one of the reasons why I want to talk about this. Is you can't see it, but both of my hands are scarred from that. Like, I fought a lot of people, but I fought a lot of walls. And what finally got me kicked out of the Navy was the guy I didn't hit. I swung, and I realized what I was doing, and I pulled back, and I hit the bulkhead, and I broke my hand, and they kicked me out of the Navy for destruction of government property. That's real. And I had finally decided that I was going to quit trying to be a troublemaker. And it is what it is. I served. I got a general under honorable discharge, but I served. And I broke my hand from doing this. And that's where I was going with it, is the anger has to find an outlet. My outlet now is God. I talk to God all day long, every day. I do, every day. But when you're young, you don't, the frustration builds, and sometimes it feels like I have to hit something. I have to. Especially if you've been abused. Especially if you've been neglected.
Physically abused, now that's the room that I don't want to be in. That picture ain't blurry at all.
We're gonna back that up just a little bit.
Release and let out the version of NF you don't want to see. I put holes in the walls with both of my fists till they bleed. And you might get a glimpse of how I cope with all this anger in me. Physically abused, now that's the room that I don't want to be in. That picture ain't blurry at all, I just don't want to see it. And these walls ain't blank, I just think I don't want to see them. But why not? I'm in here, so I might as well read them. I gotta thank you for this anger that I carry around. Wish I could take a match and burn this whole room to the ground. Matter of fact, I think I'ma burn this room right now.
Ooh. And this is working through the anger. Like, recognizing the problem and addressing the problem. This is real man stuff right here. It is okay to feel emotions. We have gotten in our minds that we have to medicate away any emotion. We have to medicate away anger. We have to medicate away joy and sadness and all of these things that we are designed to feel. The only true way forward is through it. To wade into the emotion and let it sit on your soul. Accept that it is part of you and then release it. It is hard. It is work. And Nate is doing it. He does it publicly, and that is even harder. I love Nate. Nate has done so much for so many people, including myself. I've shared this music with my son, and it don't hit him as hard. He didn't have the same life, but he understands and appreciates the message in the same way, and that's cool. Thank you, Nate.
Somehow this memory for some reason just won't go. You used to put me in the corner so you could see the fear in my eyes, then took me downstairs and beat me till I screamed and I cried. Congratulations, you'll always have a room in my mind, but
There are people, not all of them have bad intentions when they do it, but they're very physical with their correction. I grew up rough. My dad was in prison for most of my life. My mom ran with bikers for a long time. I've seen a lot of things. I've been abused by a lot of people. Not all of them meant it as abuse. Some of them had the best intentions. But by the time I was 13 years old, I was ready to go. I was going. I was leaving. I had more issues than I could count, and we ain't going to get into them today. But I know the feeling he's talking about right here for more than one person. So the boxes in your mind that you keep these people in, you don't have to keep.
I'ma keep the door shut and lock the lyrics inside.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's only inside this mansion.
I'm stopping it a lot to talk, but I'm also stopping it like right here. The only reason I'm stopping this is to try and miss this copyright block. They have a 2-day hold. UMG is, for some reason, they don't just, claim it, which most everybody does, and that's part of the game. They block it. You can't put it up at all. So this is going to be a BitChute exclusive to begin with. Check it out there. And if you're seeing it, you might be there.
Inside this mansion.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls covered in pain. See, my problem is I don't fix things, I just try to repaint. Cover them up like it never happened. Say I wish I could change. Are you confused? Come upstairs and I'll show you what I mean. This room's full of regrets, just keeps getting fuller it seems. Moment I walk into it's the same moment that I wanna leave. I get sick to my stomach every time I look at these things, but it's hard to look past when this is the room where I sleep.
He said that's where I spend most of my time. You spend 8 to 10 hours a day in your bed. Like, if you're normal, that's a lot of time. That's a full third of your day. The only other thing you spend that much time on is working. And if you stay in there and it's building on you and pressing down on you, it's easy to go dark with it. I love the way that Nate addresses this, that he shows that there is a way out.
I look around, one of the worst things I wrote on these walls was the moment I realized that I was losing my mom. And one of the first things I wrote was I wish I would've called, but I should just stop now, we ain't got enough room in this song. And I regret the fact that
I know the story of his mom. We're going to get to that, so I'm not going to drop that, but that's a hard beat.
Stop now, we ain't got enough room in this song. And I regret the fact that I struggle trying to find who I am. And I'll lie to myself and say I do the best that I can. Shrug it off like it ain't nothing, like it's out of my hand. And get ticked off whenever I see it affecting my plans. And I regret.
Yeah. That's, man, the honesty that he brings is so good.
It's out of my head. And get ticked off whenever I see it affecting my plans. And I regret watching these trust issues eat me alive. And at the rate I'm going, I'll probably still be there when I die. Congratulations, you'll always have a room in my mind. The question is, will I ever clean the walls off in time?
My dad never once made me a promise he kept. Not once in my entire life.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's only inside this mansion.
Alright, before this last drop, I'm trying to beat the copyright, y'all, that's all. Like, I don't mind them taking their money, I don't expect to make money off of this. But I want to be able to put it out, that's all.
Inside this mansion.
So this part of my house, no one's been in it for years. I built the safe room and I don't let no one in there. Cause if I do, there's a chance that they might disappear and not.
That right there is the hardest thing that hits me out of all of NF stuff. Cause I'm bad about keeping people out. Like, my wife is my favorite person on earth, but she only knows a fraction of me. I know her all the way through and through. But nobody knows me but me. And it is what it is. Like, I'm getting better at that, and we're gonna have the conversations that I'm learning how to have here.
I come back.
For some reason, it's easier for me to talk to a bunch of strangers on the internet. Like, y'all my people, y'all the crew. If you still sticking around here, you down. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. If you haven't checked out the older stuff, check that out before you get into any of the newer stuff. Because I have a lot of stuff out there that's gonna piss you off. And if you're gonna hang around, you're gonna have to be okay with getting mad sometimes. Yeah, let's get back into it.
Back, and I admit I am emotionally scared to let anyone inside, so I just leave my doors locked. You might get other doors to open up, but this door's not, cause I don't want you to have the opportunity to hurt me, and I'll be the only person that I can blame when you desert me. I'm
That's heat. That's heat.
Opportunity to hurt me, and I'll be the only person that I can blame when you desert me. I'm barricaded inside, so stop watching. I'm not coming to the door, so stop knocking. Stop knocking. I'm trapped here. God keeps saying I'm not locked. I chose this. I am lost in my own conscience. I know that shutting the world out ain't solving the problem, but I didn't build this house because I thought it would solve them. I built it because I thought that it was safer in there, but it's not. I'm not the only thing that's living in here.
Them demons are living in there. The demons of regret. The demons of depression. They're real. They attack you. It takes intervention.
Veer came to my house years ago. I let him in. Maybe that's a problem, cause I've been dealing with this ever since. I thought that he would leave, but it's obvious he never did. He must have picked a room and got comfortable and settled in. Now I'm in a position it's either sit here and let him win or put him back outside where it came from.
That's the decision we all gotta make right there. Like, I'm gonna back it up just a bit, and we're gonna listen to that again.
Maybe that's a problem, cause I've been dealing with this ever since. I thought that he would leave, but it's obvious he never did. He must have picked a room and got comfortable and settled in. Now I'm in a position it's either sit here and let him win or put him back outside where it came from, but I never can. Cause in order to do that, I'd have to open the doors. Is that me or the fear talking? I don't know anymore.
gonna let it play on out.
This mansion.
Y'all make sure y'all drop a like, drop him a comment. I did not turn that autoplay off last week. My bad. We'll be doing All I Have next week. And I said what I needed to say as we ran through it. Mental illness is a real thing. Depression is a real thing. Chemicals are generally not the answer. You need to learn to express the things. You need to learn to feel the things. Not to hide them in a room and lock the door, but to actually let them sit on you for a minute. Feel it. It's okay. God made them. Do not keep them. And Nate, I thank you for this. I thank you for all of your music. It has touched me, and I appreciate it. To the crew, I thank you for every single minute that you're with me. I am praying for you daily. This has been Pitt's Take. Peace.